What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Dude Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Jump.
Outkast music.
So guys, in the 90s, it was a lot of hot rap groups that came through. Daz and Corrupt, the Dog Pound, Mobb Deep, 8 Ball and MJG, Meth and Redman. All of those guys was good, especially Dog Pound, you know what I'm saying, because I'm from the West Coast. But to me, by far, the biggest impact was Andre 3000 and Big Boy in the awesome rap group Outkast. See, Outkast was more than just a rap group. It introduced us to the culture of Atlanta. And these two talented MCs, I would say lyrically and as far as the talent level, untouchable. Don't get me wrong, Mobb Deep was the truth. Meth and Red was the truth. But listen, Outkast set a, just listen, standard so high for all Atlanta rappers. T.I., Future, everybody in Atlanta gotta give homage to Outkast. And listen, I love Big Boy, love Andre 3000, and you know, we got to see what happened with their careers, and unfortunately, Andre 3000 had a baby with Erykah Badu. But you know, Big Boy, man, he has a very beautiful wife, man, Sherlita Patton, and they were together for a long time. But you know what? Relationships and marriages, man, they're so much different than what you do. You know, being a rapper, being an athlete, people think that, you know, you're an entertainer and you're known, that everything is going to be correct at home, and it's not. It takes work. And his wife, Sherlita, filed for divorce back in 2013. So that was some problems. It was tumultuous issues in the relationships, but they got back together and seemed like the love was coming back again. But you know what? 2016 happened, couldn't stay together, they weren't living together, and today that relationship has officially ended. And this time he filed for divorce.
God damn.
Now I want to talk about it, man, because a lot of times people don't know, you know, when divorces happen, and black men, when we file for divorce, or why we in relationships, why does it happen? And I'm not saying that we are perfect, because we're not. Black men, we have just as many problems in relationships that women have. But when you're a man and you have a lot invested financially into a woman, you know, you have a lot of time invested into a woman, you've worked your ass off to put a woman in a better position, and maybe she has too. There might be some things that you want to change, you know, because like to be in a relationship with somebody is like being in the business. People get interested in other things. Nature is like that, you know. City like Atlanta, it's a lot of different women, a lot of different men, and you're competing for your wife or your husband every day, whether you know it or not. And I think the thing that many black men are looking for is some cooperation, more than what they're getting, because, well, the reality is that things changes in relationships. Sometimes the sex is less, you know, when you first get married to somebody, and then, you know, that could be an issue, or the communication gap is an issue, or just the ultimate love and respect level is an issue. And sometimes you break up momentarily, try to get back to that, and it's hard. And a lot of men, you know, we understand that we've let things go on too far. And what do I mean? Like, we've lost a position of strength so much that the woman has lost respect for us. And it could be things that we've done to make her lose respect ultimately, but it just be like, you know, sometimes you could be a little bit too nice. You haven't put your foot down, and now you're requiring this lady to put in effort, and it's like, well, I've already been getting away with this stuff, and you know, so why should I do it? And in order for you to have the relationship that you want, it got to be ended. And unfortunately, a lot of men realize that too late. And if a man really ends a relationship with a woman that he loves, one that he's married, it's because it's irreconcilable differences. Can't be taken care of. The woman in his case refuses to give the man what he's looking for. And it can happen in both ways. And sometimes you find out too late that, hey, you didn't have the standards all the way. You didn't enforce what you were looking for. You know, and so what happens is that people's respect level goes down and down. It's not that they don't love you, but it goes down and down over the years. It's hard to maintain that sort of respect and that kind of input in relationships year over year over year over year. And then when it compounds and people start getting, you know, to the level where you have animosity towards a person, you don't want to talk to that person every day. You almost despise that person because you feel like they don't want to put in the effort that you're putting in as a man. It hurts. And women just feel like they go through it. No, a lot of men go through that. You know, it's like, I'm doing everything that I want to do. I'm taking care of this lady. I'm taking care of my kids. And we haven't even been intimate in 3 years. You know, you go to counselor. Imagine that. You know, you're a guy, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Your wife is telling you that you can't have sex with her, or she's not. And you go to a counselor for her to say, you know, we want to do this. Because when you're arguing, you're not having sex. You know, when you can't get along, you're not having sex. You're not communicating. You're not doing anything. So every time you see this person, you really just, you automatically have some malice towards them because, you know, you feel like they're taking advantage of you. And that's when a lot of black men give up, and women too. So what I will say, guys, is like in life, sometimes things start off one way, people change in relationships, and sometimes it's the best to end it. Then when the next time you go with somebody, you find out like, all right, this is what I'm going to go for. This is what I'm not going to go for. And he was kind of young when he got married, 27. A lot of times when you marry when you're that young, you're learning on the job. You don't really know how it is to, most women are more advanced than men at that age. When a man gets married when he's 22, 23, most women are just too savvy for a young man who's just learning in the masculine world. You know, especially if you don't have a dad to tell you or a man to tell you. Most women are just too savvy for a young man to kind of get his footing into a relationship and understand what he's supposed to do, you know, what tone he needs to set. Most women are just too savvy. And once you find out where things are wrong, it's literally too late. So I wish the brother well. I mean, I hope that the remainder of his relationship life is better. Not only for that, but for you guys too. We are all learning on the job in this masculine journey. Many of us come from homes where, you know, we didn't have a lot of men to teach us things. And unfortunately, you learn divorces, you learn with bad relationships, you learn with just getting your heart broke. And but the one thing is to learn from it. And then, you know, when you get into your relationship you want, and good thing for him, big boy, he can still get a woman. He can definitely get a younger woman. And he can know what he wants a little bit more. Sometimes it takes you investing your relationship into something that didn't turn out like you wanted to actually know where you want now to get your needs met. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.